What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. I Love Makonnen is back with his first project of 2016 entitled Drink More Water 6. And it's interesting because the project is released through Warner Brothers as opposed to a joint venture between OVO and Warner. Now, there's no confirmation at all, but it seems like Makonnen is kind of drifted away from OVO. You know, he might be the artist that left, and there was rumors that Warner bought his contract out from OVO, and he's just officially a Warner artist. But again, there hasn't been any confirmation, and I don't think Makonnen has done any interviews recently to really talk about it. But we'll get to that when the time is necessary. For right now, we're focused on Drink More Water 6. Prior to this project, I had never listened to an entire Makonnen album before. I've tried. Sometimes he's annoying, but I can respect the artistry. Like, before this project, I can count on my hands how many Makonnen records I liked. Whip It, Freestyle, No Ma'am 2, and I think that's it. In terms of, like, the ones that I really thought were, like, above average, those two. So, getting into Drink More Water 6, I was surprised how much it grew on me. I think the R&B side of Makonnen is the better side out of every side that he shows. Not on just this project, but his whole career. You know, you have the drug dealer Makonnen side, which is not a bad side, but I think the R&B side is where he'll really thrive. I think he could have another hit record on the R&B side. I mean, records like Want You and Turn Off the Lies are records that I feel can, go somewhere. Obviously, I think Want You is a little too short. It's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I would have loved to have more of that, but, there's that. And, excuse me, I'm a little under the weather. There's records like I Only Trip With You and, Where I'm At. Records like those are the ones that I like the most out of Makonnen. And that's not to say his drug dealing side is not good, because Pushin', man, that last verse is tough. I like it. And the one thing that I admire about Makonnen is that a lot of his records, at least from interviews I've read and, from stories I've heard from people, is that he tends to just freestyle most of his stuff. He doesn't write anything down. He just gets in the booth, and often his studio sessions are wild, filled with a lot of people, and so he kind of builds off that energy. I remember there was one interview, and I don't remember the song. I think it was a different song than what's on Drink More Water 6, but he was saying, like, a lot of people were sleeping in his session, and that inspired one of the records that he did. So things of that nature I always admire, and Makonnen makes it work. I mean, he's not the best lyricist, nor does he have to be, but he comes up with these melodies. Like, if you come up with these melodies on the spot, that is phenomenal to think. The one record I didn't really care for was Solo, and that's because I think the hook is annoying. Any repetitive hook is pretty much annoying to me. Sometimes it works, but most times it's just not a fit. And I think it's the voice too. He adopts a little bit of a voice change, and he's done that in his music before, but I just don't really care for that record at all. But luckily, that was the only one I didn't really care for. But like I said, I love the R&B side a lot more than I like any other side. And I think whenever I listen to Makonnen in the future, the R&B side is always going to be the side that I gravitate towards the most. One other interesting thing I wanted to highlight before we wrap up was Where I'm At, which is the album's closure. It kind of connects back to the first song on the album, which is Back Again. On Where I'm At, you hear him say, they want to know where I'm at and when I'm coming back. And then, if you loop the album, it does kind of fit in that sense. Not necessarily like a dream. The dream's transitions are so good, but it still kind of fits in a sense of, you end with that and then you start over with Back Again. But I just wanted to highlight that. But this is just like a small little EP, mixtape, whatever you want to call it. It's not an album. Makonnen's debut album is supposed to be coming out in the fall, hopefully. And he's said in the past he's had some heavy hitters attached to it. He has got records with Drake, obviously, Snoop Dogg, Rihanna, Diplo, and so many more that could potentially make it. So I think this fall will be very interesting for Makonnen to see if he, has another hit and makes his debut album really, really strong. So we'll see. But for now, I want to know your thoughts on Drink More Water 6. What was your favorite record? What was your least favorite record? How does it stand up to his other projects in the past? Let me know in the comment section below. And then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at SermonsDomain. As always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, drink more water.